recently.
Yes.
We went on a couple. But we went away for the weekend to celebrate Mike's birthday, and we went to some place that we have been talking about for years, but finally got around to making it a priority.
Yes. Yeah, you are correct. So far, so good.
Okay.
Accurate.
Okay. We live in Washington State, and on the coast is the ocean, and there is a tree of life, is the name of it. But it's this tree on the beach that everything underneath it has been washed away, and the roots are what's holding the tree up. And every year you see after big storms, they'll post it on the news, like, is the tree still standing? Sometimes they'll close the beach so people don't get near it. And every year I'm like, we have to go to this before it falls into the ocean, and we finally did. So we spent the weekend and we did the drive. It was about, 3 hours to go over there?
Yeah, at least from our house.
Yeah, around 3 hours to get there. And we ended up staying up in the Port Angeles area, but we would have planned sooner. We would have stayed in Forks or Seabrook, and that would have been a closer drive.
A lot closer drive, yeah.
But how cool was it to stand underneath a tree?
It was pretty fun. It was pretty cool. It's the park is nice. It's great beach. You're right on the beach, and easy walking distance from where you park your car to the tree. It's pretty cool, pretty nice, pretty fun.
So I always like to talk about how to get to places a little bit, because sometimes for me, not being able to walk always on different uneven grounds, it's something I research. But when you park at the campground parking lot, there is a little trail. It's not very big, but there is some stairs that go down, and then you walk out to the beach to get to the trees. So it was pretty simple, but there are some stairs to get there, and it was pretty close to the parking lot. But I'm always like, there was times in my life where I wouldn't have been able to do even those simple stairs, so those kinds of little tips are important to me. Then we went to another beach up the road, and that one, to get down to it, was way harder.
Yeah, beach number 4.
Beach number 4.
Which is weird why I remember that, but
I can't pronounce the park name. Starts with a K. I'm not even going to try.
I couldn't pronounce it when I had it in front of me.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try. But just up the road, just a little bit, was beach number 4. That one was a hike to get down to the beach.
Lots of steps.
Lots of steps. He had to use a pulley rope to get, well, I did too, but I got pictures of him doing the rope. You climbed down this big boulder. It was a little bit of it was fun.
It was pretty cool.
It was a little bit of an adventure though. But to get down to that one, you went through kind of a rainforesty kind of area, which was kind of fun too, that you got to see a little bit of what the rainforest looks like, which is up the road a little bit further.
Yeah.
You went there.
I was just going to say, beach number 4 the rocks and stuff were very cool, very different than what is normal. And plus there's the beach itself is loaded with really flat, skipping type rocks.
Oh yeah, you had fun doing that.
Yeah. It's, they're I don't know what, it must be the type of material or something. Anyways, that was super fun. And then there were some little islands that were rock formations out of the ocean that were fun to go.
Oh yeah,
watch.
we were standing out on those, which were fun.
But you had to make sure you left before high tide, otherwise you might be out there for a little bit.
That was making me a little nervous. I was watching the tide and trying to keep track of where we were to make sure that we could get back up on that boulder and back where we need to be before the tide came in. So that was Tree of Life Beach, and then up the road was beach number 4. And then a second day, we had went to the Hoh Rainforest. Is that what it's called? Okay. The Hoh Rainforest. That one you do need to have the permit to get in. The America the Beautiful permit. Yeah,
the U.S. It's a national park, so you need a national park permit.
Yeah. So we have our
pass, not really a pass.
Yeah, we have the pass that we bought in South Dakota, and so it's still good all year long, so we're still using that to get into parks. I was kind of surprised when we went to go see it, when you get off Highway 101. It was another 18 miles in, and so, normally you're I'm going to go on this little trail, and it's, only a mile long, but we didn't realize it was 18 miles to get into the park. And you also have to watch when it's a really busy season. They only let so many cars in at a time, so you might be sitting in the line for a little while. We went at a great time and didn't have that issue at all. And
so the from the main road to the park is 18 miles. It's not like an 18-mile hike that we did.
No,
it's 18 miles from the road to the park. entrance. Then you park and you can go on a variety of different trails and stuff.
So we went on the Trail of Mosses.
It's something like that. It was the Hall of Mosses, I think.
Hall of Mosses Trail.
Yeah, Hall of Mosses. It was cool because it was a loop, so you didn't have to worry about getting too lost.
Too lost. It was amazing. It's supposed to be one of the most quietest places in the world because there's no air traffic above it and stuff. But I will clarify that saying it is one of the most quiet places in the world, depending on who you're hiking with. So we happened to be there on a day.
I hope you're not talking about me.
We happened to be there on a day that there was a lot of really loud tourists. And so it wasn't as quiet as we were expecting. But
yeah,
it was kind of neat, just in case they happened to ever see it. But there was another family that was there, and they were recreating a same picture that they had taken over 30 years ago. It was kind of special to see this older couple that was there with their daughter and recreating a picture from the past. So
yeah, that's pretty fun.
Yeah, just timeless kind of things. It was so pretty. I'm a logger's daughter, so like I think trees and stuff are cool. And I spent a lot of time in the woods growing up, but it's just neat to see like some of the things that my dad had taught me growing up with like nurse logs and how they grow, like seedlings will grow into trees on top of like the old rotting logs. And then we have some great pictures of how the roots had grown over the trees, and then now over 100 years or whatever, that old tree has withered away, and so the roots look like they're way up in the air, and they look almost like tunnels where you can go underneath them, but it's because there was a tree underneath it at one point. So there was another one that I loved that like the tree like bent over and made like this big arch in the walkway, which was really pretty.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool natural tree formations and stuff in the rainforest. It's weird to think we have a rainforest here in Washington too. That's kind of bizarre, but
we have like everything in Washington. So if you do go to a Washington coast though, it is called Grays Harbor because it is gray a lot of the time. Like you need to bundle up and bring clothes even in the summertime. So the water is way colder if you're coming from a different area and thinking you're going to the beach. So
cold for sure.
Wet, gray. Welcome
windy.
To Washington.
I've been to the Pacific Coast in Washington a lot, and the times are few where it's been like shorts and not windy or rainy or whatever.
So since we did get some good pictures, we'll talk about it, but we did have dinner in Seabrook, and we got to sit outside at the Mexican restaurant there and watch the sunset all evening. And so it was really beautiful to be able to sit at this restaurant and watch the sunset. We've stayed in Seabrook many times over the years. Mm-hmm. It's its own special little town. Like they've built a whole little touristy town and have rentals and stuff there. So it's a really special place to go if you want to check it out. But we love Seabrook. We didn't stay there this time, but we have stayed there often over the years. Mm-hmm. And it's fun every time to go back and see how much it's growing every time.
Yeah, lots of there was barely maybe one or two restaurants before, and now there's all kinds of shops and restaurants, and it's like its own mini city.
It's its own little town. Anyways, it's just fun to go check out. It wasn't too far away from where we live. We could have done it in one day if we wanted to, but we made it a whole weekend. It would have
been a long day.
It would have been a long day, but you could have if you wanted to. We had another
to go to the rainforest and all this stuff.
Okay, the Tree of Life. We could have from where we lived. We could have.
I'm just saying, like maybe your days are different than my days.
Oftentimes we go to the ocean and come back in the same day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But that's like not all the way up to the rainforest into Forks. I mean, in one day, 24 hours. Yeah.
Spend a weekend. Do something off of your bucket list.
Just do it in a day. It's totally fine.
Depends on where you live.
Just depends on how fast you drive.
Like the whole point is.
It's super fun.
It's super fun. It was really neat to go see. It felt almost magical to stand underneath a tree and to do something on your bucket list and don't keep putting it off.
Yeah, exactly. You never know when you won't be able to do it.
Yep, go do it. Whatever it is, go do it. I'm literally standing underneath the tree. Happy birthday, Mike. Guess what? It's Mike's birthday!
Hey!
Happy birthday, Mike. We just realized two things. He is half the age of Grandma right now. Right. You have a really long time to live.
Yeah.
And I've known you for 35 years.
I've known you for 35.
I had a crush on him in middle school and junior high. So anyways, I thought it was fun. 35 years of knowing you. You're older than that. Happy birthday, Mike. I love you.
Love you.
Where are we at?
I thought we were taking a photo. We're in the Hoh Rainforest.
We're in the Hoh Rainforest. I don't remember what it's called. We're on a trail.
The Hall of Mosses.
The Hall of Mosses. It's really pretty. It's supposed to be like one of the quietest places in the world. But it depends on what tourist you're hanging out with on the trail with you. It's really pretty though. It's worth the drive. We were just down there on those rocks. It was a lot of steps, but it was worth it. Instead of the...
If I would have had a moment, I could have put this shirt on, but I'm always left in the dark.